Good evening, everyone. 7 days left in my countdown. 19 years to pour out that will continue as my journey continues. I want my story and my actions to inspire you. I want to walk my talk, and I want to share with you all the amazing insights that I've had happen over the past 19 years in my journey. And I'll tell you, as I was getting ready for this and I was thinking about it, I've had very successful years in my career, and to be willing to walk away, to put it all on the line, took a while to make that decision, and something that I do not take lightly. But the message is that what is not all there is, per se. What it is not all there is. If you think about your own situation, you may say this is all there is. Have you ever said that? Have you ever felt that? Hey, Rozzy, have you ever felt that this is all there is? Be honest with yourself. Have you ever felt like there's no more? This is it. I need to settle into this life. And this may happen at a subconscious level where we can settle into a groove, especially when we're successful. And I want to share this with you. I'm not leaving because things are bad. And I'm glad this just came to me, because this is really the point that I wanted to share with you. I'm not walking away and making a life change because things are bad. And I want you to think about that for yourself. How many times, if you look, we make changes because things are bad, right? Because we know that people are driven by, most of us, majority of the time, are driven by what? To avoid pain or to gain pleasure. And we know that people will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. I want to be clear that I'm not leaving my situation because it's bad, or because I'm being pushed out, or because I'm being asked to leave. But here's why, is that at some point in your journey, you may sit and wait for things to get bad before you make a change, or you can realize that you want to go from good to great. From good to great. And from good to great, there's growth. If things are good right now, amen, hallelujah, be thankful. Be grateful that things are good. But to truly grow, we must be willing to go from good to great. And think about that journey. To go from bad to good is compelling. It presses on us. We feel it at a deep level when things are bad. And we will strive to fix it. We will strive to take that bad and turn it to something good as quick as we possibly can. The tougher decision is to go from good to great, and not from an egoic standpoint. From good to great, I believe, is a heartfelt mission. It's not a congratulations from society, although it might be. The quest to go from good to great is a deep gut check to make a decision to put the good completely on the line and lose it all. Truthfully, to go from good to great, you must be willing to let go of good. You must be willing to cut the rope while you're on the ship, tied to the island of good. Your ship must depart in order to sail to new shores. That's my decision. People may ask me, and have asked me, why would you do that? Why would you give up such a good situation? The answer is that sometimes there's things that are deep inside, that inspire us, and it becomes a pull, not a push. If I go back to my earlier metaphor, when things are bad, it's a push. It's like we're pushing to get out of a bad situation, to get to good. But to go from good to great is a pull. It's a heart-centered, heartfelt pull where you take and you make a bold step and you cut loose from the island of good. You set out into uncharted waters, knowing that your ship may deal with some rough seas, some turbulence, because you're no longer attached to what you were attached to. There's some philosophies that say that all suffering comes from attachment. In my journey, I personally, for me, needed to detach from good in order to go for great. And the journey for me continues. It's nervous-sighted, we say in my circle. It's a great term. Nervous-sighted, it means you're excited and you're nervous or a little fearful at the same time. And for those of you that think fear is not a good thing, fear is amazing. What do you mean fear is amazing? It's what you do with the emotion of fear that determines everything. And in that split second, or in that micro moment, when that emotion comes on you, if you can stop and breathe and choose to respond better, you open up infinity. You open up untapped resources. You tap into the divine intelligence that drives everything. And you will be taken care of. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. When you take a bold step, things that you can't even imagine begin to happen. But it can't happen on the shores of your comfort zone. It must happen in your bold step forward to chart new waters, to land on new shores, to create things that were once impossible. Impossible is nothing more than impossible. It's possible for you, regardless of where you find yourself. You can do more. You can be, do, have, give, feel, and or experience more than you can imagine. It's the greatest obvious secret. I've been on my journey for 19 years at my career, and I've been studying. I've been working. I've been learning. I've been looking in the mirror and going, you need to work on that. And you know what they say? What you practice in private, you will get praised for in public. I'm not looking for the praise, but I am looking to inspire. I am looking to turn my story, my journey, and my bold decision into a translation for you that inspires you to get free from whatever is holding you back now, from whatever has held you back in the past, to get present. Not only in the present moment, but present with the stuff that has held you back. It's the looking in the mirror that I just talked about. So you can move forward towards your highest aspirations, become your best self from a place of peaceful power, and tap into true fulfillment in your life and your relationships. It is your birthright. It's only an option when you allow the distractions to continue. The layers of BS that you've accepted by others or that you continue to accept between your own mind. Yes, I am walking away from my 19-year position and I'm doing a countdown. I have 7 working days left till I'm free. I am charting uncharted waters in my own personal journey. I am cutting the rope from the island of good so I can go to the island of great, which in my opinion is tapped into my heart's purpose, my desire to serve, my desire to put a business around my life's purpose, to be a good steward with all the money that I make, and to be able to be, do, have, give, feel, and or experience. And I say give because without giving, we lose. The secret to living is giving, not getting. But you have been programmed that there's not enough, that you got to save to the point where you're operating out of scarcity. Nothing good ever comes out of scarcity. There's plenty of stories about it. Parable of the sower. I won't get into the whole story, but the one who buries his one talent, it ends up losing it. We must be willing to take a risk. We must be willing to put ourselves out there. Certainty and security are good, but they can lock up the doors to your growth, to your fulfillment, to everything this life is supposed to be for you. If you find yourself in a situation where life is not what you want it to be, it's not all there is. And I open this up by saying, I am not leaving my situation on a bad note. I'm not leaving because I was forced out. I'm not leaving because things were bad. I'm leaving because things are good and my next step is great. And I'm doing myself and I'm doing you a disservice if I don't take this bold step for myself and embrace failure, the possibility of failure in all of its forms. Embrace it, be bold in it, and allow what's supposed to happen take place so I can inspire you to get free, stay present, and move forward. Doesn't that just sound good? Doesn't that just feel good when you think about getting free from what's held you back? When you think about being present and being able to just enjoy the moment. I can look at this tree and I feel fulfillment. I take my dog for a walk. Hello, Liberty. Good girl. And I feel fulfillment. And then I move forward towards my highest aspirations, boldly, aggressively. Fear, experiencing the fear, and moving forward from a place of peaceful power. And oh, by the way, I'm going to live in a van down by the river. The van is the cross-country trip. Karen, my new friend, thehealthsharelady.com. I had to get some health care, so I had to take some steps. If you're interested in that, I can hook you up with that. Because a lot of us solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, you want to get health care, you want to be covered, and it's tough. It can be a maze to get the right coverage. So listen, I just want to invite you to follow this journey. I want you to be inspired. That's the bottom line. My success is found in your success. My mouth moves, I can talk, but if it doesn't end up in your heart, it doesn't end up in action, and it doesn't end up in your story, it means nothing, right? It means nothing. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is power. What knowledge are you going to apply because you listened to me? Period. End of story. Write your own story. Take your own step. Take your own risk. Make a bold step in your life. Your bold step might just be something simple for you. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. It's something simple for you. Maybe you're going to take a cooking class. Who knows? Maybe you're going to take an art class because you want to do art. Listen, whatever it is for you, be open. Get into a state of conscious creation. Don't just live in a state of hypnotic rhythm. That's what most of us do. We live in a state of hypnotic rhythm, and we think that what is all there is all there will ever be. When we live in a universe and a planet that is so dynamic, we can't fully comprehend it yet. Science is only beginning to comprehend how dynamic this universe really is. And so are you. You are in the universe, and the universe is in you. You are created from the divine with a mission and a purpose and a passion and pleasure to enjoy the ride. You know what? We feel the pain. We feel the emotions. We are wired to feel it. We are supposed to feel the emotions, but the emotions are not supposed to take over. That is a big differentiator that you need to get, that I needed to get. I was the emotion, I was the failure, I was the happening. Hence, I lived my state in a state of not being good enough and lived in a state of low self-esteem. But now, I know better. I believe I'm a genius, and I believe you are a genius, or you have genius within. And as on cue, it seems like every time I come out here, it's raining. Can you find fulfillment in the rain? Can you find fulfillment in the tree? Can you find fulfillment in just being able to be? The answer is yes, you can. Yes, you can. I just want to continue to encourage you to follow my journey, to allow this story, even if I don't know you, to allow this story to end up in your heart and to end up in your own actions forward. You can do this. I'm telling you, you can do this. You can embrace the possibility of failure. You can embrace not looking good in terms of what society thinks, and you can do it. Continue to follow. I have 7 working days left in a 19-year career. I am embracing it. I am just being open, and I'm going to just trust what shows up. So continue to follow me. God bless you guys. Have an outstanding evening. Bye for now. One last look at Liberty. I know you want to see her. So. Come here, girl. Come here. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to everyone. Yeah, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she beautiful? Yeah. Have a great night, everyone. Love you guys. God bless you. Have an outstanding night.